Hello, everyone. Welcome to, I guess this is my fourth video that I'm making to help raise awareness about breast implant illness and the journey that I am embarking on with that. The last video I shared was talking about the things I'm doing to prepare for surgery to try to get my body in the best condition, physically, emotionally, spiritually, to go into the surgery in September. A lot of what I talked about was Christina Rowland and Dr. Rodrock's programs that involved a lot of supplements, nutrition, and exercise. And today, what I want to just touch upon is something that's come up for me while trying to prepare myself for this surgery and while trying to do the program. And I think it's worth talking about. And that is because most women who have breast implant illness are not feeling their best physically. They've been struggling for probably a long time, in my case, 20 years, with all sorts of varied illnesses, symptoms, difficulties being diagnosed. In my case, I was able to be diagnosed, but still random strange symptoms, and most all of us, almost a debilitating level of fatigue at times. And so what came up for me the third week into this program that I talked about in my last video was I wasn't feeling well again. I had been doing really well the first 3 weeks and was feeling really empowered and excited. And then I kind of did hit that wall of fatigue, which is something I have struggled with on and off for 20 years, and was not feeling well and was struggling to do the exercises and could do them partially because I say I'm a recovering perfectionist, but I do have that perfectionist tendency. And so when I commit to a program like that, I'm going to do it. And so I'm going to do the exercises. And my body was letting me know it was too much, because by about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I really was exhausted, like an uncomfortable exhaustion, and not feeling well and kind of nauseous. And so my body was letting me know, like, no, we're going to have to tweak this program and listen to our body, which is really what this journey is about for me, is not only listening to my body, but learning to truly love my body. And that means listening to it and accepting it and meeting it where it's at, wherever that is. So I had to give pause. I also was getting injured. I had gone for a massage because my shoulder was in a lot of discomfort and my hip flexor. And I think it was because I was doing the exercises too intensely, too soon. You know, I had gone from doing no weightlifting exercises, was basically walking and riding the Peloton for my exercise, and now I was using weights. And of course I was pushing it, because if I could do it with 8 pounds, we'll do it with 8. If I could do it with 10, do it with 10. And then I just like kind of hit a wall. And so what I want to share with you is the lesson that was in that, because I do believe that there are lessons, our challenges can be our greatest teachers. And so the reminder in all this for me that I want to share, especially if you are living with breast implant illness and you're likely not feeling well and you're trying to do things to prepare for surgery to help you feel better, and if you find that challenging, the lesson was to have compassion for myself. And once I was able to switch my mentality from, I shouldn't be tired, I shouldn't be feeling worse, I should be feeling better, I'm doing all these things, I'm doing everything right, I'm taking perfect care of myself, and I still feel sick. That was then giving me so much anxiety and making me feel worse. And so once the light bulb kind of went back on, I thought, if I switch the messages I'm telling myself and can be compassionate. So instead, when I felt tired, I said to myself, or am saying to myself, it's okay, you're tired, go rest. And I don't need to feel guilty that it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon and I'm laying down. It's what my body needs. And I may need to rest more than I usually need to rest right now, and that's really okay. And once I did that, things started to shift. I started to feel a little bit better, and I at least started to not feel anxious that I wasn't feeling well, or bad about myself because I wasn't feeling well, or like I was somehow failing this program. And the other message was, when I was doing the exercises, less is more. Okay, so the first 3 weeks, I pushed myself. I did the most I could, and I was getting hurt. My body was saying, can you please not push us this hard? Even though you can do this, it's not in your best interest. So now I'm listening. I'm listening to my body. It doesn't have to be intense. I can still be getting benefit, even if it's gentle on my system. And my body is letting me know I have to be gentle. My body's been letting me know that for 20 years. And it's been a message I fought against, because I naturally don't want to take it easy. I want to do a lot. I want to be active. I want to be strong and healthy. But in the last week, when I backed off, I did the exercises much lighter. I skipped some days. I omitted cardio this week because my hip was bothering me. I did the program the way my body could do it, which wasn't exactly the way it's prescribed to be done. But then again, it is, because it's prescribed to be done to help your own healing, which means listening to your body. It's called the Size Happy Challenge, not the get your body in the most perfect physical shape it can be in challenge. So I just was reminded of that important message that I wanted to share to anyone who's struggling with their health during this time, that it's okay. And when we can be okay with the fact that maybe we don't feel great, and relax around it and put the welcome mat out to whatever is there to be felt, I find that we do better. And I have been relaxing more and just able to accept, this is where I'm at now. It doesn't mean it's where I'm at for the rest of my life. My hope, my huge hope, is that after the surgery, I will feel better. I will be able to do more without getting this wiped out. But in the meantime, I've also now really incorporated a whole lot about the mental aspect of this, with positive affirmations. And I'm going to do another video at another time about that and the resources I'm using for that, because I think that is probably the most important part of preparing as a mindfulness instructor and someone who has used mindfulness to help me get through the last 20 years and all of the ups and downs and challenges. And such a huge believer in the mind-body connection. This part of what I'm doing is most important to me, so I want to share that with you in its own video. I just actually had finished writing out the affirmations I'm going to ask the anesthesiologist and the surgeon to be reading. Mostly the anesthesiologist, because I want the surgeon to be focusing on me, but the affirmations I want him telling me, because the research shows when you're under anesthesia, you're very receptive actually to messages that you're being told, that what you're hearing, you are aware while you're asleep. And so working on that and affirmations, I'm working with myself in meditations that I'm going to be beginning now up until my surgery, and ways to ask your support group to also send positive energy to you and all that. So I'll do a separate video on that, but I just wanted to touch upon that, and that importance of being compassionate with yourself, especially when you're not feeling at your best. And the last thing anybody needs when they're not feeling well is to beat themselves up, that somehow we should be feeling stronger or better when we're doing the best we can. And there is a real reason why we're struggling. And so, excuse me, I look forward to my surgery date on September 10th and sharing the progress after that. But I did want to just share this with you all. So thank you for listening. Stay tuned for my next video, and I'll be more prepared for this. This was kind of an impromptu, sitting here in Arizona on a rainy day. But thank you so much for listening, and be well. Okay, bye.